chaos, the walking chaos of the chaos walking. Now, if you watch the movie, this movie is talking about what they believe the 5G and 6G is going to do to the body. And they believe that this can happen from later on in life and during space, during space travel and stuff like that. But if you watch the movie, well, not the movie, the trailer is talking a lot about it. So the reason that's shocking is that the actual movie is designed for, for like 5G. Like it's actual design for 5G. Now, if you don't notice it, people who sun gaze, who notice, who've been doing this for a long time, meditating for a long time, I know a lot of us notice it. Now, it was shocking to me because, when I'm looking at it, my jaw is dropping like, wow, man, they really designed a movie like this, and like this is actually going on right now, but people may look at it and say, "Oh no, it's not real." This is not real. But this is actually going on right now. Like this technology that they're talking about is actually old. Now, the shocking thing that's getting me with this is that if you watch this is like connected to like Tenet, and they connected to like Tenet and the Woman of Wonder and all that kind of stuff. It's like it's all connected. They're all connected. That's when I said, let me just make a video about this, because I noticed that Tenet is connected to the Woman of Wonder movie. I already said the name already, and I noticed that it seemed like they want you to watch the movie and watch it like Tenet. It seemed like they want you to do that. That's what it seemed like they want you to do. Now, I've been doing this for a long time, meditating, sun gazing, cut people off. I said, I cut a lot of people off, stayed in nature, stayed in tree, plant my feet, plant like a plant. You got to get planted in the springtime. You got to get, at least 3 hours, feet in dirt. If you don't want to get around all that dirt, you don't trust it, get you some sand, some soil, and you put it in your house. And plant like a pot. That's how I did it. I grow it like a plant. Put the seed. I was the seed. 7 days of just straight doing that for 3 hours. Up, the seed starting to sprout. That's up. Now I gotta go back in the house. Put in the bucket. Put in the bowl. Continue like a plant. Grow like aloe vera. Grow what kind of plant you are. Now, that's what I did to continue to grow with my life. And then you get to a certain level when you start naturally noticing different things about life. So the shocking thing was that's the biggest thing I noticed is what they're talking about chaos walking, because that aura field and stuff like that comes from the tree. The tree actually gives off that vibration, that aura field, and it actually has information when it's communicating with people and everything on the planet, like a power line or like a telephone line, or like a cell phone tower. And I noticed that. So, from meditating like that and cutting people off and staying away from people for a long time, I noticed from doing that, my whole demeanor, my whole emotions, everything changed about me. Now, and I noticed how after that change, that people, noticed it. So I did that. And the biggest thing I noticed about that is that the aura field and all that stuff does have information. The aura field has information as different stories, different time periods, different life, different people, family, friends, animals that's involved with you. And every time I look at the Walking Chaos and Chaos Walking, that's all I'm thinking of, but in terms of how they edit it, in terms of how they edit it and everything. And the big movie is really talking about is how that, how it's going to be a time where this thing is going on the planet, and they're actually talking about this in terms of with the 5G going higher than 5G, probably when it gets way higher than 5G. Now, 5G, is a little like this, but a lot of people around the world are talking about that, A lot of scientists are talking about that. That's why I said they're watching these cell phone towers, they're watching all these things getting built and stuff like that. And they're trying to see, exactly what's going on. There are a lot of green scientists, because there are a lot of people who are allergic to these different things. There are some people who don't know, like they're getting sick and they don't know. So that's the biggest thing I have with it, because there are people who are actually getting hurt from these different things. They don't know. The first thing they know is that their diet changing, their body changing, they're getting sick, but the doctor is going to, most likely the doctor is probably not going to say stay away from your phone, because nobody wants to stay away from their phone. Or the doctor may say you probably need to, get a flip phone, but nobody's going to want to get the flip phone, Or you probably need to, try another phone, because some of these new designs have technology in it that is messing with them, So I actually watched this, actually told people to try to stay away from some of the technologies, get hematite, get around a lot of trees and stuff, get some more trees in your house, get a lot of hematite or stuff like that. Magnets that overpowered electronics, so you get a lot of them, probably get like 30 of them, bury them, and then put them on you at one time. Just to get a bag and sit right there and see what you notice. Put the phone outside. Or put the phone in the metal box. Put some hematite in there. Take it to another location around your house, wherever. Bury it for a little bit. Go in your house and see what you notice after that entire day. You may notice a lot. Turn the TV off and get your projector. Instead of using TV, get rid of the TV. Use projector, Wi-Fi. You can use it on, just unplug it during certain times that you're not using it. I'm using it, I'm not using it, I'm using it, I'm not using it. Just try that, and you will notice a lot. So the biggest thing about this is that they're getting ready for a lot of different things. And when I've seen that, it seems like they're getting ready for a space age, where they want stuff can download through Wi-Fi and internet fast. So I'm going to get more into that because I know I was talking about Toonami. Now, Toonami is interesting because Toonami is talking about the space age after mankind has sent the spaceship up in space to send new life to different planets. If you watch the Tom is like he gathering all information from space, from all the different shows in space. And if you go in Japan, is actually talking about they already actually done an experiment like that. So actually he's up there gathering information from space, from the atmosphere of all the different shows that are playing and everything like that. And during that time, a lot of shows are talking about the space age. And the space age has to do with mankind traveling to different planets or being in different planets or actually living in the space station. So that's one of the biggest things that the whole movie is about him gathering information from the different time periods and the different shows and giving it back to mankind, or talking about how mankind, used to live right here and that he's still doing his job, keeping up coast to coast, broadcasting all different things from time to time, as like a drifting robot in space. So that was shocking to me. So Japan, if you look it up, a lot of these experiments are already done. People they already did these different things. Like they already, right now it's to the point where you can just go to college, get books from the different scientists, actually meet the scientists, actually got all the evidence right there, and also look for the old scientist book. Like I look at you got to look for the old scientist book because some of these you're not gonna find on the internet. Some of those are like gifts right there. You got to find them on it. You got to find them like at some of these thrift stores, the pawn shops. You may not find them, out there, but continue to grow, continue to learn. And stay away from the technology a little bit, because I watched it. Now, there are people who actually noticing. And the first thing that when they notice it, they all just get into like, wow, that's possible. Wow. Why would they? Wow. Like, there are people who are making green communities, tiny house communities, island communities, and they're trying to make sure like majority of it is, everybody got a projector out here. Everybody, we use Wi-Fi. When we sleep, we unplug it. We use our phones. Some of us may have iPhones, but we have like a lot of hematite. So we have a lot of hematite. We have a lot of copper pyramids. Some may build a copper pyramid around the phone, have the phone surrounded by hematite because to keep that little sphere, that circle thing, all that magnetic vibration there, because it's like a chakra. That is a chakra. That phone has a chakra in it. It's like a chakra. Now, I had to really change my approach because there's a lot of people who was bothered by it, or they don't want to believe it's fun because they love the apps. I know I love technology people. I love the apps. I love technology. But when I'm starting noticing that the technology is getting to the point where people are getting sick from it and they're not noticing it, or people are trying to say, oh yeah, you gotta make sure this is talking about that virus. No, I'm not talking about the virus in this. This is two different things. This has been going on before they started talking about this. And that's why I had to let people know that, because this chakra is able to weaken your aura field. And if it's weakening your aura field long enough, something may creep in like Osmosis Jones and get you sick. It may not be a virus. It could be something else. So that's why I tell people all the time, everybody who know about the one with the bitter fruit on it, everybody know that that is right there what they focus on, what body part to focus on, what part is bigger on that in the description of the phone. Everybody know who meditate and who sun gaze will tell you this. Everybody in different countries of Asia, even Africa, they'll let you know that too. And even if the north, even close in the areas of cold, they'll let you know that too. But when you get to like certain countries where people don't know about a lot of different meditations and stuff like that, a lot of people don't want to believe it. Now, so continue to grow. You see they got new movies. They got all the stuff coming to the Wi-Fi, And that's why I'm shooting my videos this way, because I'm trying to make sure it's different, because I know the industry's changing. They're trying to get rid of all the old school industry and make a new industry. They're trying to get rid of everything and make a new industry. So now a lot of you got a time to rise up and shine up and continue to grind with your art, and you have a continue to rise up and shine up with your vibration, your aura field. So like I said before, that's how I did mine. I did mine like a plant. I would plant my feet in the dirt, meaning I would get some dirt, and I would treat my body like a seed. Read the back of a seed packet. That's the wisdom right there. So it takes 7 days for it to start sprouting. Okay. How much sun does it need? 4 or 5, 6 hours. Okay, let me put a seed out here. 3 hours. 3 hours. Breathe in, breathe out. 3 hours like a plant. That's what I did. I imitated a tree. That's how I became like a tree. 3 hours. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe as much as I can. Breathe out. And I did that for 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Then while I'm doing that, 1 hour sun gaze, 2 hours sun gaze. Then I got good 3 hour sun gaze, and then and then I went a little past that, but I noticed when you go past that, you're gonna notice a lot. So if you read some of these different sun gazing or sun books, they'll let you know what you're gonna notice a lot when you go past those limits. So that's why I stopped. So I would say stick with just do 1 to 2, and just like 1, early in the morning when the sun coming up, and later in the day when the sun's going down. And just do that every day, and get like a lot of aloe vera. You gotta do like they did in Kemet, like the sundown. That's how I know exactly about the time machine, because that's how I know it's real. Because they have, if you look at the pyramid design, there are people who actually did that experiment in the pyramids. They actually did that, the time machine thing in the pyramid. So they actually did that, and I believe Tesla talks a lot about that too. But that's the biggest thing. And they'll use that to get into the hollow earth. And I was going to really get into that hollow earth, how hollow earth is like, I look at the game Halo. I say, if you look at the equator and you look at Halo, it seems like that's like hollow earth. Like inside is like a hollow part, and that's like the circle hollow, and that's the sunlight. Like they're really going deep into earth, and they're going down there to see the, like they're going inner earth, and then they're going in earth, and then when they're going in earth, there's a hollow earth, and that hollow earth is like Halo, and that's the core around it. Thing. So I didn't go in town, but I know a lot of. I'm saying when you start sun gazing, you start noticing that some of this stuff, Halo really could be a game about inner earth, instead of space. It could really be a game about them going deep into the earth and going into a place where there's a halo, where where it's hollow in the earth, and there's a halo, and there's a core around the halo, and in that halo there's a life like earth, and it has like metal stuff around it, like technology, and the beings that live down there. So that's the biggest shocking thing that I thought of. But other than that, that's how I did it. So I copied all the wisdom from the plant bag. So you see 3 hours, 1 hour, 3 hours of sunlight. Again, so we need 3 hours of sunlight. What does it need? You gotta bury the seed, right? Your feet are the feeds. Your feet are the seeds. As you notice, I'm talking like this right now because of technology. But your feet are the seeds. So you'll plant your feet in the dirt, put some water, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Then get like an hour of sun gazing, while your feet is in the dirt. And you'll do that repeatedly. And if you do that for a year constantly, your aura field is going to grow. Like your aura field around is going to grow like a tree. Just from doing that. And you're naturally going to want more liquids. And you're not going to want to eat a lot of meat doing it. You're going to want to eat a lot of vegan, vegetarian food naturally. So, all of this imitated tree. So it said, okay, to take this long to grow. So, okay, let me put that. Boom. So, 7 days of that. How much do I need? 6 hours, 3 hours, sunlight. How much sunlight do I need? So I sun gaze and sit there and sunbathe with my feet in the dirt, breathing in and breathing out like a tree. That's how my aura field started to grow like that. And the biggest thing that you'll have to do is you got to keep doing it. So a lot of people in the islands are like, man, if you was in the islands, man, it would have been way bigger. You need to be in the desert, man. It'll be way different. So that's how I noticed it. So there are people who will do that for a certain amount of time, and their aura field will grow. So that I'm gonna make a video about that too. I'm gonna make a separate video about that for aura field growing and all that kind of stuff. So continue to grow, and don't be, I'm just getting this here. If it's scary, don't watch it. I'm not trying to scare nobody. I'm just trying to let you know what's going on. I'm just trying to help people who are really getting bothered, who are really getting bothered by the technology, because there are people who are really getting ill from the technology, not from the virus, but from the technology, and then the virus is making it worse. So that's why I'm making these videos. So continue to have a good day, continue to grow, stay safe, stay covered up, stay gloved up, stay face covered. Wash your face, wash your hands. Every time you wash your face, wash your hands, wash your body. That's what I started doing. Wash my face, wash my whole body, wash my hair multiple times, throughout the day, brush your teeth multiple times throughout the day. Just get used to doing that, and continue to grow.